First of all, have you guys seen the new swag? I mean, I'm sure you have. I'm sure you're totally rocking it. This is my favorite. I love this design so much, and we may have more on the way. Okay, on the no nonsense challenge. We're not doing any nonsense here today. I did some nonsense over the weekend, and here's what happened, and I'm going to tell you to calculate your score. So over the weekend, we went to a gathering with Mike's family, and I was putting a little bit of fruit, just a couple berries, right? Those don't count. They're not added sugar. And then I put a little slice of ice cream cake on my plate, and Mike was like, "That's for the kids, right?" And I was like, so I'm here to tell you that no, I'm not perfect. Yes, I had ice cream cake, and I lost my points for my 7th day of the week, totally by choice. I don't feel bad or guilty about it. It was choice. And he turned to me and he was like, "I'm winning free swag. Like, you guys understand that at the end of this, the top 12 point earners are going to earn limited edition swag, not this swag. Cooler swag. Like, this is pretty freaking cool. You're going to get totally different swag that nobody else is going to be able to get." And when I reminded Mike, it's not actually free because we're paying for it, he was like, "Well, I want to get the swag we invest into for our clients." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool." So here's how to calculate your score. And just a reminder, there are going to be prizes and things that may or may not be dropping. There's definitely prizes at the end of this, but I think there may be some fun things along the way. So we want to help to keep you accountable. And so what we want you to do is head on over to the Pure Physique app, the Trainerize or My Accountability, whichever version you have, it's all us. And what you're going to do is there's 4 daily habits. So sleep, right? We want to make sure that you get 7 hours a night. Did you guys notice anything on that though? Because I've been getting like 8. I used to get like 6. And just being cognizant and aware, what is your biggest aha moment going through this? For me, is I'm getting more sleep and I love it. Okay, so how many days over the past 7 days have you gotten at least 7 hours of sleep? So you write sleep, number of days. The next is water. So we're at 72 ounces. That's what we're aiming for each day. So how many days, I'll show you this bottle because it won't disappear. How many days have you gotten at least 72 ounces of water? Again, it's crazy. Been up towards like 100 for a lot of people. So that's awesome. The third of the 4th daily habit is your supplements, taking those every day. I would never go a day without them. So I don't know about you. And, if we haven't talked about that yet, we can. And then the 4th of the dailies is 15 grams or less of added sugar a day. I did great for 6 days, failed miserably by choice. So I only get a 6 on that. So if you're ahead of me, let me know in the comments. You're like, "Corey Beth, I'm beating you." I'm cool with it. Next up is workout. So these are your 2 weekly habits. So at the end of the week, by Saturday, have you gotten in 3 workouts for the week? You get points for that. So you're going to say yes. And then finally is your weekly scans or pictures. Did you do them for week 1? And in fact, one of our trainers, I'll tell you who it is, Sarah, already said she's down 3 pounds from week 1 to week 2. And she actually has hit all 6 habits perfectly every single day. Mike is excited about the prizes. Mike's very excited about the prizes that we're buying for you, but he wants to make sure he gets one. So listen, total respect. Mike, I told them about my ice cream cake if you missed that part. Okay, so that being said, let us know over in the Pure Physique app. Right in that group, there's the No Nonsense group. So when you log into your app and you go to the home screen and your groups are there, it's the No Nonsense group. Let us know in there. We want to see who is in the leaderboard. I know that LaGrangeville has been really hard at work tracking their top people, which is pretty exciting. Sarah and Mike, that I know of, there could be others that I don't know of yet, are definitely 2 of the top employee trainers, like the people that are working at Pure, but I want to know where our clients are as well. So definitely let us know that. But what I really want to know in this last 30 seconds that we got together today, it's going to be a quick one. What is the biggest learning that you've had so far, right? Self-reflection is so important. So for me, I love that I've gotten more sleep than I normally get. Thank you, Mike, for that. And then what is an area that you need to work on? Well, I need to better plan my weekends, because the fact that I got to this party and was like, I'm going to have some ice cream cake. It may not have been 15 added grams of sugar, but ice cream cake is ice cream cake. That is not on the list at all. So it does not count for me. What is something that you need to work on? So think about that for yourself, self-reflect. What is a big aha you had? Something that maybe you're proud of, something you learned, something you realized. And then what is that one thing that you do need to focus on for yourself? That's really, really important for you to be able to see that. And then take it a step further, write it down. Write down what it is, right? I always say, put what you think in ink. Write down what it is that you realized or that you learned, so you actually know what to focus on. Because what you've done most of your life, all right, I'm going to take another minute here. What you've done most of your life is you've like, oh, I really got to work on like getting my meal planning down. But then you don't write it down, and then you just think about it. And every week you feel guilt about it. And then by feeling guilt about it and not doing anything about it, you have now established a connection in your brain that says, think about food planning and don't actually do it. And then feel guilt about it. So food planning, you associate that now with guilt. True or true? So what you have to do, friends, is break the cycle. Break it. Write it down. I sat up last night at a whopping 7:30 at night, by Netflix. My work was done. And I had my whiteboard out and I was like, okay. And I let Reardon sit with me, our 7-year-old. And I was like, okay, breakfast, lunch, dinner. And then I keep a little Post-it on my little whiteboard. I'm like, okay, here's the thing. So like we needed zucchini. We needed cauliflower crust for the kids. Like there were a couple items we needed. And I saw exactly what we're doing. It was great for him to see it because then he even knows what to expect. It gave him structure. Whereas in the past, I'd be like, oh, I got to go food shopping. And then I don't. I got a meal plan. And then I don't. Just write it down. It's really not that hard. And just write it down so you can see it. Just try that. These are like the 6 habits I had to remind myself of. But like write it down so you can see it. I have a journal where I write down all of these things. And I actually keep track of all that stuff because it makes a big difference. That's how you change your patterns. That's how you change your beliefs. That's how you create neural connections in your brain is you actually have to put what you think in ink so you could see it and stop making it worse than what it is. You see it for what it is. And then you see what you can do to alter it and change it. It's that simple. All right. Excited to hear what your ahas are. Can't wait to hear what your points are. Of course, we're going to go in. It is some honor system, but we're going to be checking. So make sure you get your stuff in the app and keep on cranking. We are so proud of you guys. No nonsense. We are day 7 in, right? You got like 14 days left. It's going to be great. Hope you have an awesome day. More than 14 days. It ends on the 24th. All right. Excited, guys. Have an awesome one. Bye.